let's get started with this workout. So we have a warm-up circuit, seal jumps, squats, down on the ground for X-plank, knees toward the opposite elbow, and sit-ups, okay? So these are full sit-ups. Just a reminder, a little bit since we've done sit-ups. Use your arms at first. Use them for momentum. Put them up at the top because I want you working your back too. I want this to be a total core workout when you do a sit-up every time. As you start to strengthen and improve with your sit-ups, you won't have to use your arms anymore. And you'll still be able to come up and bring them up to the top overhead. And then to make it even more challenging, you can straighten your legs. And it's the same thing. When you straighten your legs for the first time, start by swinging those arms and then drop that after you get stronger. Okay, 3 rounds of that. So just as a reminder, when you're doing a warm-up circuit like this, the first round, you're not going as deep. You're not working quite as hard. You're just getting the muscles warmed up. Second round, go a little bit deeper. The third round should be fighting for depth on everything. The squats, X-plank, those shoulders over those wrists. Okay, starting with core, so you're going to do some push-ups. Nice, deep push-ups because you should be nice and warmed up by this point. Some swimmers. So you're on your stomach. We're raising those legs and arms, swimming on the floor. Okay, a plank with a swinging hip drop. So when you are in plank position, I'm going to show you from the front. Nice plank position. You can do this one from your forearms as well. Put shoulders over the wrists, hips nice and low. Then you're going to rotate that hip to the side and drop it towards the floor. And your feet will twist just a little bit. Okay? That is killer on the obliques. It's a great exercise for the obliques. All right, single leg bridge hold. So, in line with the single leg hip extension, you're laying flat on your back. Pick your hand position here, here, here. As it progresses, your knees are going to be in line. You'll flex that foot so knees are together. You're going to raise up those hips and just hold it for 30 seconds. Squeezing, squeezing, squeezing. Watching those knees, make sure the knees stay in line. Because it's, and you can always do it with both of your feet on the floor if you need to modify it. All right. And that is a core circuit, so you'll do 3 rounds of that. Then we're going into a cardio section. Now what you're going to do for this cardio section is you're going to do 4 rounds in a row of each exercise. And it's 20 seconds on, 10 seconds rest, starting with mountain climbers. So you'll do mountain climbers for 20 seconds, rest for 10 seconds. You'll do mountain climbers again. You'll do that 4 times in a row, and then you're done with mountain climbers for this section. Then you move to burpees, okay? And remember with the burpees, you can jump out or step out, and when you come up, you can jump at the top, you can raise your arms at the top, or you can just stand up, go back into the burpee, whatever you want to do. Jump lunges. Remember, nice deep lunges. Power up from the bottom and switch. Okay, to modify, you can not go as deep in your lunges, right? You can also jump up, step out, or you can step up and step out. And just kind of do alternating reverse lunges. Squat jump. All right, so just like the squat press, the squat jump, you're going to squat, power up from the bottom of the squat, jump. And rest here if you need to. To make this movement as challenging as possible, you're going to go as deep in the squat as possible. And it's one fluid motion through the whole thing. Okay, but if you need to rest, squat, jump, rest. Squat, jump, rest. That's where the rest goes. Keep the weight, and make sure you're keeping your weight in your heels. So if you're making it one fluid motion, and you find yourself rocking onto your toes, you need to stop after the jump, recenter your weight, and by recenter I mean put it all on your heels so it's not really centered, and squat and jump again. Then line jumps, side to side, center of gravity low, and you're working on speed. This is what you're going for, it is not this. Okay, we're not jumping beans, this is agility, speed, quickness. All right. The next is a PHA circuit. So for your accountability measures, PHA stands for peripheral heart action, Don't have to remember that. What I want you to remember is this circuit helps your blood flow. So it improves your cardiovascular capabilities while you're doing it, because you're going to go from an upper body exercise straight into a lower body, straight to upper body, straight into lower body. It's alternating between upper and lower. So text me, email me, message me on Facebook, or just comment somewhere on Facebook, post to our group page that it's upper and lower, or peripheral heart action, or cardiovascular improvement, whatever. Whatever you want to say about it. This is your accountability. Starting with plank to plank. Nice plank. Alternate dropping down on those elbows, pushing back up. And remember, everything in plank now, if you are having to raise up those hips, I want you on your knees. Curtsy lunge to a front kick. Okay, so curtsy lunge. You're taking that foot back and lunging down. You're going to bring it up into a front kick. Okay? Now, on the curtsy, the further across you take that toe, the more challenging it is. But you need to make sure that no matter how far across you take it, this front knee is not hyperextending over the toe, over the front toe. Okay? So, you can start by just barely crossing behind here. And this is a really challenging movement because you're actually twisting and then coming forward and having to rock that weight forward and back. So this is a very challenging balance movement. Good. All right, renegade rows. Remember, these are down in plank position, hands on the weights. We're pulling up the arms one at a time behind you. And remember, fight to keep those hips square with the floor. Goblet squat. You can hold one weight, two weights, no weights. You're going to have your feet shoulder distance apart, same as a regular squat. But they're going to be turned out a little, your toes are going to be turned out a little bit more than normal. Not as much as a ballet squat, but farther out than normal, than what you typically do. So you're going to hold this as if you're holding a goblet of wine. Wouldn't that be nice? And you are going to squat all the way down. So hips are close to the floor. Keep your heels flat. That is the goal. If you have to raise up on your toes to get down the slope, then don't go as deep. And let the elbows kind of press those feet apart. We're working on hip flexibility as well. Stand up. You'll notice it's going to work a lot more of the inner thigh and the inner part of this quadricep muscle, the big muscle in the front of your leg. Okay, so in real time, this is what it looks like. Down and up. Now from the side, you'll notice I am not leaning forward. You'll have a tendency to lean forward. Keep that back as straight as you can. Okay? And have fun with that.